So we are going to discuss today about our solar system. Okay, and here we are going to discuss that how did the our solar system it came into existence. Okay, and the different planets they were formed. Okay, and these different planets are categorized into two different groups actually. So what are these two groups known as, and what are the characteristics actually that we are going to discuss? So our solar system, it basically consists of 8 planets. Okay, how many planets are there in our solar system? 8 planets. Okay, so the nebula from which our solar system is supposed to have been formed started its collapse and core formation sometime around 5 to 5.6 billion years ago, and the planets were formed about 4.6 billion years ago. Okay, so basically the planet, okay, the nebula from where our solar system was formed actually. So like in my previous class, I have said you what is nebula. Nebula is actually a clump of gas. Okay, basically the hydrogen gas mixed up with the dust and all. Okay, so the nebula which formed our solar system actually, okay, it started its collapse and it led to the formation of a core around 5 to 5.6 billion years ago, and after that around 4 to 6 billion years 4.6 billion years ago, the planets of our solar system it came into existence. Okay, so basically the nebula which led to the formation of the our solar system, okay, its formation it started 5 to 5.6 billion years ago, and the planets they came into existence around 4.6 billion years ago. Okay, so that means the planets of the solar our solar system are around 4 billion, okay, 4.6 billion years old. Okay, and the nebula which has led to the formation of our solar system, okay, it has led to the formation of 8 planets and 63 moons. Okay, so our solar system mainly consists of 8 planets, 63 moons, okay, and millions of smaller bodies, okay, like the asteroids, the comets, and the huge quantity of dust and the grains. Okay, so here 63 moon basically referred to the satellites of these 8 major planets. Okay, the satellites of these 8 planets actually. Okay, so the 8 major planets which came into existence, which were formed, okay, are the Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. Okay, these are the 8 planets which were formed in our solar system actually. Okay, and 63 moons were there actually. Okay, 63 moons has been formed, and out of the 63 moons, one moon belongs to the Earth, 2 belongs to the Mars, 53 belongs to the Jupiter, okay, and 53 belongs to the Saturn, 27 belongs to the Uranus, and 13 belongs to the Neptune. Okay, whereas the Mercury and the Venus, they does not have any satellite or they does not have any moon. Okay, so basically our solar system, it mainly consists of 8 planets, 63 moons, and millions of smaller bodies like the asteroids, the comets, the dust particles, the grains, and all. Okay, so these 8 major planets along with the moons has been categorized into two different categories. Okay, they have been subdivided into two different groups. That is the terrestrial planet or the inner planets, and the outer planets, which are also known as the Jovian planets. Okay, so terrestrial inner planets are also known as the terrestrial planets, and Jovian planets are also known as the outer planets. Okay, outer planets. So what is the main difference? Okay, what is the main difference between this terrestrial and the Jovian planets actually? See, so the first 4 planets of the solar system. Okay, so as we move away from the sun, okay, the planets has been the planets are located in such a way, like the Mercury is there in the first. Then the second planet on the solar system is the Venus. Then the third, the Earth, Mars, the fourth, Jupiter, the fifth, Saturn, the sixth, Uranus, the seventh, and Neptune, the eighth. Okay, so this is the position of the planets in the solar system. Okay, so the first 4 planets, that is the Mercury, Venus, Earth, and the Mars, they are known as the inner planets. Okay, so out of the 8 planets, Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars, they are known as the inner planets. So why they are called the inner planets? Because they lie between the sun and the belt of asteroids. Okay, because they lie between the sun and the belt of asteroid. Belt of asteroid basically means the particular area where the asteroids can be found. Okay, means within our solar system also there are certain area actually, a particular limit where the formation of the asteroids has taken place and the asteroids can be found. Okay, so the planets which lie between the sun and between the belt of the asteroids are known as the inner planets. Okay, and These inner planets are the Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars. That is the first four planets. Okay, the first four planets of our solar system are the inner planets. Okay, and the other four planets, that is the Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and the Neptune, they are known as the outer planets. Why? They lie beyond the belt of asteroid. Okay, the Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune, they are known as the outer planets as because they lie beyond the belt of the asteroids. Okay, so these inner planets, that is the Mercury, Venus, Earth, and the Mars, okay, they are also known as the terrestrial planets. Okay, alternatively, the first four are called terrestrial planets. Okay, that is the Mercury, Venus, Earth, and the Mars, the inner planets actually. Okay, so these inner planets are known as the terrestrial planets, meaning Earth's like, as they are made up of rock and metals and have relatively high densities. Okay, so the first four planets of our solar system, that is the Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars, which are considered as the inner planets, are also known as the terrestrial planets. Why terrestrial planets? Because these planets, they are just like the Earth. Okay, like our Earth. Okay, we are staying on this Earth, and we know that how does the Earth appears actually. What are the characteristics of this Earth? Okay, so the same types of characteristics appears in this other three planets, that is the Mercury, Venus, Mars. Okay, so this is the reason that they are known as the terrestrial planet. Okay, because these planets are also formed up of rocks, the metals. Okay, and they have a very high density. And on the other hand, the rest four planets, that is the outer planets, are known as the Jovian planets or the gas giants. Okay, they are known as the Jovian planets, that is the Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. Okay, they are known as the Jovian planets or the gas giants. So Jovian means Jupiter-like. Okay, Jovian means Jupiter-like planet. And most of them are much larger than the terrestrial planets and have thick atmosphere, mostly of helium and hydrogen. Okay, so Jovian means the Jupiter-like planet. Okay, so the Jupiter, the terrestrial planets are known as the or the inner planets are known as the terrestrial planets because they have the characteristics like the Earth. Okay, and the other four planets, that is the outer planets, are known as the Jovian planets because they have the characteristics like the Jupiter actually. Okay, so most of them are much larger than the terrestrial planets. Okay, and have thick atmosphere, mostly of helium and hydrogen. Okay, they are very larger in size. Okay, they are very larger in size than the terrestrial planets or the inner planets, and their atmosphere is mainly composed of helium and hydrogen gas. Okay, so the gas which initially led to the formation of the nebula, that is the hydrogen gas, can be found in this Jovian planets actually. But whereas the presence of this hydrogen gas is very less in the inner planets, like in case of in Earth actually, okay, the presence of hydrogen gas is very less. In our atmosphere, the major concentration of gases are the oxygen, carbon dioxide, and the nitrogen. Okay, so this is what about the planets of our solar system. Okay, so the planets of our solar system are mainly divided into two broad types, that is the terrestrial and the Jovian. The first four are known as the inner planets or the terrestrial planets. They have a rocky structure, and the rest four planets are known as the Jovian planets or the outer planets. They are very larger in size. Okay, and they are mainly made up of gas. Okay, they are also known as the gaseous planets because a huge composition of gas can be found in these planets actually. Okay. So till present, till recently, August 2016, Pluto was also considered as a planet. Okay, even like we used to study like before that there are 9 planets in our solar system. Okay, and Pluto was included as the solar system. But from the month of August 2006, the Pluto is not considered as a planet actually. The Pluto is no more considered as a planet. Okay. However, in a meeting of the International Astronomical Union, a decision was taken that Pluto, like other celestial objects discovered in recent past, may be called as the dwarf planets. Okay, so in the recent meeting which was held in the International Astronomical Union, okay, and this International Astronomical Union are basically the organizations of the astronomers, okay, the scientists, okay, who carry out the research in the astronomy field, okay, field of astronomy actually. Okay, so they have said that the planets which has been discovered recently, Okay, the planets which has been discovered recently after 2003 actually, those planets can be considered, okay, those planets can be considered as a dwarf planets actually. Okay, so the Pluto is now considered as a dwarf planet. Okay, so this is what about the solar system of our country, sorry, solar system of our universe actually. Okay, our solar system. So here the most important thing which we need to learn from this part is the difference between the terrestrial and the Jovian planets, or the difference between the inner planets and the outer planets. Okay. So some of the basic differences between the terrestrial and the Jovian planets are as follows. Okay. The terrestrial planets are formed in the close vicinity of the parent star, where it was too warm for the gases to condense to solid particles. Okay, so the terrestrial planets, that is the first four planets, okay, they have been formed very close to the parent star. And the parent star is what? The parent star is the sun actually. Okay, the sun is the parent star. Okay, so these terrestrial planets, they have been formed very close to the parent star, and the temperature was very much high. It was very much warm for the gases to condense. Okay, so the gases, okay, the gases could not condense here actually. Okay, in this area actually. Okay, warm for the gases to condense to solid particles, whereas the Jovian planets were formed at a quite distant location. Okay, whereas the Jovian planets were formed at a quite distant location. Okay, means away from the parent star actually. The solar wind was most intense near the sun, so it blew off lot of gas and dust particles from the terrestrial planets. Okay, and even the solar, like the solar storm, we basically say the solar storm. Solar storm basically refers to when the planets, the stars, the dust particles, and all, they move at a very faster speed in the solar system or in the universe actually. Okay, so the solar wind was very much strong actually. Okay, and this because of the strong solar wind, the gases, that is the hydrogen and the helium gases which were present in the terrestrial planet actually, they were blown away. Okay, they were blown away from the terrestrial planet, and this is the reason that in the terrestrial planet, the presence of the initial gases means the gases which were formed during the formation of these planets actually, okay, they are found in a very negligible amount. Like in case of the earth, okay, like we can find very less amount of hydrogen and helium gases. Okay, because a major portion of the hydrogen and the helium gases has been blown out from the earth and the other terrestrial planets because of the solar wind. Okay, it was blown out from the terrestrial planets and which got deposited in the Jovian planets actually. Okay, whereas on the other hand, the solar winds were not at all intense to cause similar removal of gases for the Jovian planets. Okay, but in the case of the Jovian planets, the solar wind was not so much intense actually. Okay, as a result of which the gases could not be blown away. That is, the hydrogen and the helium gases could not be blown away actually. Okay, so the presence of the gases can still be found in these planets actually. Okay, and this is why they are considered as the gaseous planet. And the most important differences between these terrestrial planets and the Jovian planets is that the terrestrial planets are smaller, and their lower gravity could not hold the escaping gases. Okay, so the terrestrial planets are very much smaller in size as compared to the Jovian planets. Okay, and the gravity is lower. Okay, gravity is lower, so they could not hold the escaping gases, and this is the reason that the gases it escaped. Okay, the terrestrial planet, the atmosphere of the terrestrial planet. Okay, so here we basically came to know about our solar system, that this solar system, our solar system, has been formed how many million years ago, and the planets of our solar system, it came into existence how many million years ago. Okay, and these different planets are like categorized into different categories. So we discussed about their different types. Okay, that is the two broad divisions of the planets of our solar system and their characteristics. So we just came to know that our solar system mainly consists of 8 planets and 63 moons. Okay, and these moons are considered as the satellites actually, satellites of the different planets. Okay, so our Earth is having only one satellite, that is only one moon. Okay, and the moon which we can see in the sky actually, this is the only natural satellite of the Earth. Okay, so now we are going to discuss about our moon actually, our own moon, that is the satellite of Earth. Okay, how it has been formed. Okay, see, The moon is the only natural satellite of the Earth. Like the origin of the Earth, there have been attempts to explain how the moon was formed. Okay, so the moon is the only natural satellite of our Earth, and like different scientists, they have given different theories regarding the formation of the Earth, that how did the Earth came into existence, how the Earth was formed. In the similar way, different scientists, they tried to attempt, okay, they tried to explain that how the moon came into existence, okay, how the moon was formed actually. So in the year 1838, Sir George Darwin suggested that initially the Earth and the Moon formed a single rapidly rotating body. Okay, so Sir George Darwin, he said that initially the Earth and the Moon was a single celestial body actually. Okay, it was a single part actually. Okay, which was a rotating body, which was rotating. Okay, which was rotating and revolving around the sun. That is the parent star. Okay. The whole mass became a dumbbell shape and eventually it broke. Okay. And the whole mass of the moon actually means when a particular object it moves at a very constant speed, actually what happens? Okay, a dumbbell-like shape is formed actually, and a part of after forming a dumbbell-like shape, actually a part of it got broke out. Okay, got detached, and this detached part, okay, it started revolving around the Earth, and it led to the formation of the moon actually. Okay, so it was suggested that the material forming the moon was separated from what we have at present, the depression occupied by the Pacific Ocean, and it is said that the materials which got detached from the Earth actually, and which led to the formation of the moon, okay, actually this the material which formed the moon actually, it is a detached part of the Earth. Okay, and this detached part was actually the part of the Pacific Ocean. Okay, that is the depression which has been formed in the Pacific Ocean. Okay, means before the formation of the water on the Earth's surface, it was a very huge depression. Okay, and this depression, part of this depression got detached with later formation of the moon actually. It is said actually, but it is not yet proved. Okay, so however, the present scientists, they do not accept either of the explanation. So the present scientists, they does not agree with this theory, with this explanation of the formation of the moon. Okay, and they have came with a new theory, with a new concept actually. So it is now generally believed that the formation of the moon as a satellite of the Earth is an outcome of giant impact, or what is described as a big splash. Okay, so it is now generally believed that the formation of the moon as a satellite of the Earth, okay, it is an outcome of a giant impact actually. Okay, giant impact or a big splat actually. Okay, it is said that a very large celestial body, okay, a very large asteroid, it came and collided with the Earth. Okay, it came and collided with the Earth, and a part of the Earth got detached. Okay, and which started revolving around the Earth actually, and later on it led to the formation of the moon. Okay, see, a body of the size of 1 to 3 times that of the Mars collided into the Earth. Okay, so a body of size which is about 1 to 3 times that of the Mars, it collided with the Earth sometimes shortly after the Earth was formed. Okay, so means after the formation of the Earth, within few years actually, okay, means a very large mass actually, okay, body like the size of the Mars actually, it collided with the Earth. Okay, and it blasted a large part of the Earth into the space. And because of this collision, what happened? A large part of the Earth, it got detached. Okay, and this portion of the blasted material then continued to orbit the Earth and eventually formed into the present moon about 4.44 billion years ago. Okay, so this blasted part of the Earth, that is the detached part of the Earth, okay, it started orbiting, it started revolving around the Earth and ultimately led to the formation of the moon around 4.4 billion years ago. Okay, so this is how the moon, that is the natural satellite of the Earth, it came into existence. Okay, so there are different theories regarding the formation of the Earth, the universe, the solar system, and the moon actually. Okay, so different scientists, they have came up with different theories to explain the origin of the Earth. Okay, the origin of the solar systems and all. Okay, so we basically try to understand through this theory that how this formation of the Earth took place actually, how the solar system it came into existence. Okay, So this is what about our solar system and our moon, that is the natural satellite of the